I don't know if we're here. I think we're here. We're live. What's up, guys? What's going on? I don't know if anybody's going to come hang out with me or not, but hey, we'll see. We'll see what we got. I'm just chilling at the house today. Heading out tomorrow, most likely. I'm not really sure. But hey, we'll see if anyone comes to hang out. I got me a little drink. Gonna hang out with you guys and talk a little bit. So, man, feels weird. I haven't been live for a long time. Long time. Does this look okay? It looks a little weird on my side, but can you hear me okay? I'm just not sure if anyone will come hang out with us at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. It's sorted by top chat. Let me see if I can change that to live chat. All messages are visible. Moderators and okay. We'll see if this works. We'll see if this works out. I feel weird. I haven't been live for a long time. What's up, Big Dave? How you doing? Good to see you. Real Davis, what's going on? I am finally home, guys. Is the sound okay? Video okay? It's just the computer webcam. But just let me know if you can hear everything and if it's working out for you. Organized Chaos, what's up? I did make it home. I did. I had a rough day. Or a rough time getting here, let's say, because I was on a completely flipped schedule. So I was getting up at like midnight, or I was supposed to be getting up at midnight, and I wasn't quite doing it. But I came home yesterday. I got here about noon, and then my wife took me back to the truck at 6 p.m. because she has trouble seeing in the dark. So she took me back to the truck about 6. I hung out there for a while, went to bed, got up at midnight, went and made my delivery at 2 a.m. They were done by 4. I drove back to the truck stop, fell asleep again while waiting for my wife to come pick me up. And now she's at work and the kids are at school. So I'm relaxing and I'm going to hang out with you guys. That's what I'm going to do. So just to be sure, can you guys hear okay? Nobody said if you could hear all right. So let me know if you can hear me okay. But I did make it home. Noble Nick, good to see you. Skylar Jagger, glad to see you get home. Yeah, and Skylar, thank you for the channel membership. We do have channel memberships, guys. They're only $2 a month. Nothing happens. You just get a little green name and the thing by your name. But hey, if you want to throw me $2 a month, I'll take it. But nothing happens at all. But I appreciate it nonetheless. It's $1.99 and YouTube takes their cut, and $1.40 goes to me on a monthly basis. No pressure. You don't have to get it. But anyways, yeah, beer at 9 a.m. Big Dave, I've been running for nearly 2 months. I'll go back to the comments I skipped over, but I had to respond to Dave's comment. Yeah, for nearly 2 months straight, I've been running. I made sure that I only have 7 beers in the house, right? Because I no longer want to be the guy that gets drunk on YouTube. I have seen the results lately of people getting too drunk on YouTube, and I said, okay, I'm just going to catch a nice little buzz, hang out with the homies, and not be a drunk guy on YouTube ever again. So yeah, beers at 9 a.m. though. I'm supposed to be headed back to the terminal. I just talked to the owner of the company. We're going to go Reefer. He said, I asked him about Reefer. He said, yes. He said, van rates are just trash right now. He said, go over to Reefer. He's like, I can't guarantee you more money. That's the reality of it. He said, on average, you're going to make more money. He's got a brand new, I thought I had my sound turned off. He's got a brand new 2024 trailer for me. He said, it's yours. I'll make sure no one takes it. So we're working on getting me there. So where was I? Good morning, Truckers Anonymous. Lady Boomer, good to see you. Lucas, good to see you too. You can hear me. Awesome. Yeah. I just now read that after I rambled for 10 minutes. Thank you, Lady Boomer. Appreciate it. No fun, Leia. I'm just kidding. Leia, good to see you. Good to see you. I made it home for a day. I'll spend the night here and we'll just get back to it. We'll get back to it. I would love to stay longer. I would, but still kind of in recovery mode, in survival mode, if you will, and just trying to get caught back up on things. And then we'll hopefully normalize a little bit after that. We'll see how it goes. But I'd love to stay, but I figure I'm going to get out there. I'll probably run for another month before I see home again. But my wife is awesome. I walked in the door with my bag full of laundry, and she's cleaning all that up for me and getting me ready to go. She's at work right now, but she's very helpful with getting me ready to go back on the road. And she says, "You relax, you drink some beers, and you relax. You've been running hard." So she's taking care of all that. Nick Earl, what's going on? Danny, how you doing? And yes, milk toast. It's 5 o'clock somewhere exactly. With the schedule I've been running lately, it's basically afternoon for me at this point. So um, yeah, I I deserve that beer. I deserve that beer. I earned it. Yeah, I do have an awesome wife, Leah. I do. She's pretty damn cool. I hardly see her. I was do you guys know Cordova? Do any of you watch Jay Cordova? He was live this morning while I was waiting for her to pick me up, and I commented on this live chat because me and Cordova have kind of butted heads a few times, and he's like, "Dude, jump in the stream and let's talk." And we were talking a little bit about that. I don't know who the other guy was that was in there, but they were like, no, that just wouldn't work for like their situation, right? But my wife kind of like really likes her own time. She gets really into like Netflix shows, and she's a painter. There's paintings all over the house. Stuff she's painted, and she really like gets lost in like her own world, and she enjoys seeing me, but I always get nervous talking about stuff like this. I'm like, somebody's going to twist this into whatever crazy thing, but who cares, right? She she just really gets lost in her own world, just watching her shows or painting her pictures, or she's a writer. She actually we not we I mean, that was like 2 years ago. I paid the editor and everything, but she had a book published. She just gets really hyper focused on these things. So she enjoys kind of her time to do stuff too, you know. So and she's a good mom, so she takes care of the kids and gets them to school and all that. She bakes a lot with them, so if I was like in her face all the time, she'd be like, can you find something to do?" you know so yeah, it works for our situation because she's very independent herself and just kind of does her own thing. So let's see. Cordova is good people. Like I said, me and people on YouTube have butted heads a few times, but who cares about it? I do enjoy these different perspectives, and it was cool of him to invite me on this morning and talk to him for a minute. Danny, what's going on? Look at all those rockets. Hell yeah, son. Hell yeah, I like it. Not gonna lie, curious about the company you're at. Um, I love the company I'm at, Lucas, and I'm not gonna say who they are. There's a lot of reasons for that. Right now is a really bad time to get into a lease purchase unless you're an idiot like me. Apparently, they do company stuff, but the market's just garbage right now. So there's no point in like referring a company to anyone at this point. It's something's got to give, right? Um, I don't want, people that don't like my videos to call the company and be like, you know what this guy's up to? And I'm really up to nothing. I vape a lot, and I drink beers on my own time. Um, but with them being mostly spot market stuff, it's not worth giving a referral or anything. And also, I just don't want to put my company name out there. But I love them. This is one of the coolest companies I've worked for. I think I just was talking to my dispatcher and I asked for, hey, can you have the owner call me? The owner's name is Vasco. I said, can you have him call me? And he's on the phone with me right away. And he called. Remember the story I told about accidentally sending the sad face to my dispatcher, and then the owner of the company called to do a welfare check on me. Like, dude, are you all right? Like, you're sending sad faces and stuff. But no, I love this company. We can't blame them right now for the market being terrible, but they do everything they can to keep these trucks running. So, like that, I like it a lot. So, wish I could help you, Lucas. I just hesitate to put their name out there, is all I say, is all I mean to say. Anyways, you're a lucky man, and I have nothing but respect for you both. We have been at it for a long time, Leia. We have got to be close to, I'd say 17 years, about 17 years or so. That I don't know that we've been married that long, but we've at least been dating that long. And it's so weird to me because I don't feel like I should be old enough to have adult children and have been in a relationship for 17 years. That's crazy to me, but we kind of figured out what works, and it works, you know. And Lady Boomer, you miss your alone time. Yeah, don't put out any personal information you don't want to. But I thought there was something about your husband retiring, or did he retire, or maybe I got the wrong person. But I'm sure that's a shock to you too, because I don't know if he was an over the road driver most of his career, or if he did some local stuff or anything like that. But in the event that I ever do retire, instead of dying in a sleeper somewhere, there's going to be some changes around here. People are going to have to adjust to an old angry trucker stomping around the house all the time. But no, we all get along pretty good. The kids, I joke with them too much, I think, to the point I get on their damn nerves. Um, when I was right, I'm going to tell you guys a stupid joke, right? And I wish I had a participant to bring in. But right before I left to go back on the road, I called my daughters in the room. I got a stupid dad joke for you, is the point. And I said, "Hey, did you guys hear about that actress that stabbed her boyfriend?" And they're both staring at me. I was like, Reese, what's her name? And my youngest daughter, she goes, Witherspoon. And I said, no, with her knife. It was crazy. And my youngest daughter didn't talk to me for like a week. She was like, that was the worst joke I've ever heard. And she just ignored me. She's like, I want nothing to do with you. So um, let's see. Wicked Spider, good to see you. I'm seeing people that. How are you guys finding my new channel? That's an interesting question. Is YouTube just like recommending it? Because Wicked Spider, you were kind of like you didn't, as far as I know, didn't really follow the YouTube trucking circle, but you just appeared back on the channel. The same with Life Starts Now, and well, Lady Boomer, of course, she knew I was back, and Leia. But there's certain people that don't like exist in the trucking circle. How did you find me? Oh, you searched for me. Well, that makes sense. I was hoping for some like epic story, but okay, you typed in the search bar and there I was. Never mind. I thought it was going to be cooler than that. Rat, lay it down. Good to see you. I am home just for the night. Just for the night. I made it home. I already went over this, but we can repeat ourselves. I don't care. I made it home for a few hours yesterday. Had to go deliver. Came back to the truck stop this morning, and I'm home. But everyone's busy right now. They all got stuff to do besides hang out with me. Danny says hi again. Hi, Danny. Hi, Danny. Hello, Danny. You've been looking for me since you tend to come back. Yeah, you guys got me figured out. Okay. Yeah, both Life Starts Now and Rebooted. Yes, it was inevitable that sometime I was going to come back. I was just as shocked as you guys, if I'm being honest, but it was a combination of things. It's hard to make money. Yes, I do. Life Starts Now. I appreciate that comment. It's hard to make money anymore. Like doing like normal jobs. It's trash. It's so bad out there. And we're just going through that. I sat in this little corner every day answering tech support questions. Guys, I started work at 4 a.m. doing that tech support job. And it got to the point I would be like 6 beers into it by 8 a.m., still sitting here answering the same stupid fucking questions. And I couldn't take it anymore. And my wife was like, you look like you're just like dying in that corner. You're just like a shell of who you used to be. And then then we've got like the whole finances and everything going on. And we're trying to balance all that and figure it out. And it was just like, let's just get back in a truck. What are we doing? Well, what are we really doing here? And then I was out there for nearly a month. I want to say it might have been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, somewhere in there before I decided to do a channel again, because my wife certainly has concerns with that. Obviously, her and the kids getting doxxed because somebody, thank you, Milk Toast, because somebody doesn't like my videos doesn't really sit well with her. And we talked about that for a couple weeks, and she finally said, "Go ahead and get that channel going again." She said, "We'll just live here and mind our business. And she said, but part of the whole, okay, I'm not going to be a ranting, raving lunatic on YouTube anymore, was she said, you have to acknowledge that sometimes your mouth got us all in trouble. So she said, if you're going to do YouTube, you need to chill out a little bit. That's part of it. And part of it is I'm 40 years old. Like, that's not old, but that's too old to be on YouTube arguing with people. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to do it sometimes. I was on a James Best stream last week where a guy really frustrated me. I think it was last week before, I'm not sure. And I should have left. With my damn pride. I stayed there and I continued to argue with a guy that didn't want to be reasoned with, even a little bit. And I'm still going to slip sometimes. I'm not perfect. But we long discussions led to where we're at now, me back in a truck and me doing YouTube also. It was a lot of talking and a lot of rules. My wife wants me to chill out. See, you're an old man now. What are you doing? Fair point. Because do I really want to be like the 60, 70-year-old guy on YouTube, like just running my mouth and like saying crazy shit that I shouldn't be saying? By the way, the live streams are going to be a little bit more unfiltered than than the videos, but a lot happened. A lot happened. How long were you out on the road? Kamala Harris's fake black friend. Okay, that's an interesting name. We were around 2 months. Around 2 months since I was out there. And I had to renew my driver's license yesterday. Well, it expires next month, but I renewed that, and then end of May, I need a new medical card. I was gonna go do that today, and I'm like, man, I've been running for like 2 months. I took 134 that whole time, and I said I'm just gonna wait on that medical card. I got till like end of May to see it. I've realized that I love this job and hate other jobs too much. I tell you, life starts now. That sort of is the thing, and I don't know specifically what you're doing now. I can't do local. Cordova Gay. Hey, good to see you. I'll respond. I didn't mean to say Cordova Gay. Cordova, hey, how are you? I'll respond to you in a minute. We were just talking about you a few minutes ago. But I don't know what you're doing. Life starts now. You're doing the hauling flatbed for nuclear power plants. Good Lord. Yeah, you better be getting paid for that, because you talked about you're doing pretty good on the money. Now, are you out for like a week? Are you out for weeks at a time, months at a time? Is this up to you? Is this an over the road job? I don't know how all that works, but that sounds very specialized, and that should make you some good money. But Cordova, yeah, we were talking about you letting me on your live stream earlier today, and that was a nice conversation, man. I appreciate it. Having that talk with you, because sort of the focus is these days is just not being such an angry person. Like, we're gonna get angry, right? We're truckers. We're gonna get mad. But does everything really matter? I'm not sure that it does. I'm not sure that everything matters. Life starts now, home twice a week. That sounds like an interesting gig. Let me read that again. Flatbed radioactive for nuclear power plants. I can't even begin to imagine what that means specifically. You're hauling radioactive material on a flatbed. I mean, what kind of chains do you use to strap down something that's radioactive? Uh, I don't know. To me, this like, I'm just thinking of like in The Simpsons with the tube, the like cylinder of green radioactive glowing stuff. Is that what you're hauling? And does it melt your chains? Like, I don't know what happens. This sounds crazy. Um, water buffler. I'm not in on that joke. I know it's a joke going around the trucking community, but I'm not in on it. But good to see you nonetheless. Channel 19, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I'm sitting around the house today. We do a lot of out and back stuff. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, KY Express. I did see your question about that, and the reason I didn't answer is because I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people are going to tell you. That's not a good truck. That a lot of people have negative opinions about the International LT. It's got a Cummins. I mean, it can't be all bad. But the reason I didn't answer is because I don't know. I had a bad experience with an International, so now I hate all of them. I'm not sure that's logical or even reasonable, but I would never. I say I would never buy an international, but then like next week, if I look if there's an international for 15 grand, then y'all are going to see my dumb ass in an international saying I said I wasn't going to do it, but it was such a good deal. But a lot of people look down on that on the international. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Past is past. You betcha. You betcha. Is that Cordova? Is that how they say it up there? You betcha. Don't you know? I'm not really sure. You should incorporate more of that into like your speech, Cordova. Start doing like the Midwest thing because you've got the New Mexico accent, and there is a New Mexico accent. I lived in New Mexico years ago. I moved there when I was, I want to say 20. No, younger than that, because I was down there for 7 years. Lived in Albuquerque, and then also south of Albuquerque. There's some small towns down there. But I think it'd be interesting, Cordova, if you take that like New Mexico accent and you mix it with you betchas and some don't you knows and things like that. I think that would be a good brand for you. I say go for it. That would be good. Enriched uranium fuel to the plants. Wow. Yeah, and you were talking in the comments, Life Starts Now, that you were making pretty good money. Not to like put your information out on live stream, but you did type it in a comment. You were talking about like around a buck a mile. It's yours. You're a company driver. You can correct me on that, but something like that. Nevada, good to see you. Talked to Nevada a bit lately also. Cheers, brother. Good to see you. Um, which is still in concrete. Do a live stream once a week. I might, Danny. It's sort of one of those things like how does my schedule work? As I said earlier in the stream, I'm going to switch to Reefer, which should give me more content. Me crying on a dock because I've been there for 12 hours, right? We're going to have to fight for our detention is the point with switching to Reefer. But yeah, it's going to give me more content. But since the schedule has the potential to be like all over the place, I don't know how much I can stream. I would like to stream weekly at a set time. I don't know if I can. I do have, as of right now, very good internet in the truck. I'm not allowed to say it because I said it in the comments because I thought I was helping, or in a community post, because I thought I was like helping truckers find a good internet solution. And people were very angry at me for posting it. They're like, it's your fault that this internet's not mobile anymore. And I'm like, why are you yelling at me? Because I use it on the road. So I guess I won't say what internet service I use, but I got very, very good internet out there. Very good. So it's possible, is what I'm saying. Eric says, great to see new videos every day, too, Eric. How you like that? That'll eventually probably not be every day, but I'd like to kick out a lot of videos, and then we'll go from there and kind of see where things are. It's hard to do every day. Let me rephrase that a little bit. It's easy to make a video every day, but the hard part is finding something interesting in every day. And I'm not able to do that all the time. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. And then I end up like ranting about whatever for 20 minutes. By the way, thanks for the idea for the last video, Nevada. I thought if you're still here, I thought your video on the things that you did wrong when the market was good was a really good video, and an eye opener for people that don't realize what's going to happen, right? Me and you are kind of younger guys, and maybe this was our first time seeing a really good freight market, and we're like, hell yeah, all we do is make money out here. And we maybe needed to get knocked on our ass a little bit and understand that it's not always going to be like that. So when the next time comes around, anybody that went through like what I did, or Nevada, or people that thought it was always going to be like that, we learned a very important lesson. And I think it was a good video, Nevada. And then I ripped off your idea. I texted you about it, but I ripped off your idea and said, well, here's the things I did wrong also. And mine was just more like just complete stupidity. Sometimes I had that Freightliner. Not a huge fan of Freightliners, especially after driving this T680 again, but it was a good truck, and I'm like, I'll just sell it, and then I'll buy another one, and I'll make $4 a mile until I die, and fuel will always be $2 a gallon. And what a fantasy I was living in, right? What a fantasy I was in. So it's great that some of us learn lessons that we needed to learn. And hey, we just pick ourselves up and go crazy with it. I was sorry, I was reading reading the comment at the same time. Just run with it though, and do better next time. We're gonna be better for it, you know. Was the crazy trainee video the one that went viral? Yeah, it sure was. What's your opinion of super truckers? Somebody's trying to bait me into an argument. I make about 140,000 a year. There you go. There you go. Truck DMV test hard. I'm a little behind, guys. Sorry about that. Slow reader. The truck DMV test. So you're talking about like the written test? Oh boy, that was so many years ago. I think you're talking about the written test. Um, but I mean, no, I didn't feel like it was hard. I passed it on my first try, and then then the other test, the actual test, I passed that too. I don't think it's hard, Danny. But just study it and be ready to go. I was nervous. God, that was a long time ago, but I was so nervous doing that test. But we got through it. Um, got to pump out a lot of videos. Absolutely. Bull of the Woods. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Logic William Worthington. There's so many variations of Logic now in the trucking community. I don't know who's who, but good to see you nonetheless. Um, you don't need to find something interesting to talk about because you're interesting enough. Oh, my heart. Life starts now. Thank you so much. That was the sweetest thing anybody said to me today. By the way, life starts now. Guys, don't feel any pressure, but he's got a cool green name and a star right by his name. All that is a channel membership. It's only $2 a month. Nothing happens except that your name turns green, I guess, and you get a star. But if you feel like a channel membership, hey, have at it. Have at it. Do you ever cook in the truck? Okay, Eric, I used to. Right now, I have absolutely nothing in that truck. Nothing at all. And I need to start getting that in order. It's been almost 2 months of just nonstop. This truck is not stopping. And the one time I took a 34, I was nowhere near anything. So I think I still have a Foreman grill. Oh, you just saved my life, Eric. I still have a Foreman grill around here. And I have a little freezer in that truck. I might have to have the wife drive me around to go shopping today. Or maybe I could get a few things for it. And I got some of these 3 drawer cabinets. This one right here. Now this one fits in a Cascadia. Um, I wonder. This is one of these 3 drawer plastic carts. It fits right there in that closet area of a Cascadia. I don't. I only have the camera on the laptop, or I would show you guys. Will it also fit? I should have brought a tape measure. Maybe I'll measure it and I could put this 3 drawer cart in that closet space in the T680 also. Then I've got that. I might have to go get some food, Eric. That's a good idea. So I do cook in the truck sometimes, and I could make a video, do videos with that. But it's normally like I don't go crazy in depth on it. But yeah. Yeah, I should get some stuff for the truck. I should measure this cart and put it uh in the truck. I should take it with me. Um, oh, I see it coming out. Yeah, yeah. Nevada, yours was better. I got to be honest. I was super tired when I recorded mine. I was just running those crazy hours, and I'm acting like I'm like making excuses. I had trouble collecting my thoughts in that one. Like in every video, I have trouble collecting my thoughts. In every live stream, I don't even know what's going to come out of my mouth next. But your video was really well done, Nevada. I thought so. Um, I need someone to team up with to get a refresher. Anyone need one? You boozing right now? Yeah, boozing. I'm having a couple blue moons. I sure am. I sure am. I earned these blue moons. Good Lord. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little short of 2 months. It'll be 2 months here in a week since I left the house. Yeah. Um, your internet service provider has a hotspot that's affordable, and you get on. So, what happened, Trucker D? I have their home internet. I'm not going to say who they are. I didn't know that community post was going to anger people. I had no clue. Um, but I use their home internet and it is crazy good speeds. It's really high speed. You can game on it. You can download. I download my games on my PlayStation. I download updates on my PlayStation. You could probably stream on it just fine. You could probably play online games just fine on it. It's fantastic. But I guess unnamed company didn't realize that people would travel around the country with their little internet box. You know, truckers, people that drive RVs, any number of people. So they got all angry about it, and they're like, "No, you can't use this portable box as portable internet. We're very offended by this." What a dumb move by them if they decide to cut us all off. Like, I don't even understand the reasoning behind it. You just plug the damn thing in and it connects to cell towers. Oh, don't use that as mobile. It's called home internet. That's ridiculous. You're a mobile service provider. Shut up. So I guess some people have been cut off from that service because that service provider don't want you to use it mobile. I have not been yet. But because I made that community post, people were blaming me because their internet was cut off. I don't know. I don't think I have that kind of power, but I really don't know. Um, let's see. I got a Ninja air fryer grill in my truck, and it's awesome. I'm eating steaks and burgers, and we have a big air fryer. Is this like more compact? Because my wife never uses the air fryer. I always use the air fryer, but this one's kind of big. It's real bulky. I don't even know where I would store it at. Is there a smaller air fryer? Because air fryer is not a bad idea either. The problem with the Foreman grill is, well, it's not really a problem because if you just line the little drip tray with like paper towels, just throw those away and you're good to go for the most part. Um, but air fryer is not a bad idea either. How do you clean it? How do you keep it clean? I guess that would be the deciding factor. Yeah. I gotta. Oh, I read that already. Just that. Treat yourself to a nice steak. Yes, I do, Danny. I make sure that I leave the truck and I have a steak and I have just some good people food, right, Danny? At least once a week, I make sure I do that. You're a trucker, man. We're truckers. Anybody that works hard. Well, maybe everybody deserves a steak. Maybe I'm still a socialist. I don't know. Maybe everybody should have steak. Steak for everyone, guys. Let's just do that. But yeah, if you spend like all that time out there working like that, you got to leave the truck. You have to and go do something. I haven't been able to do it lately, but I love going to play blackjack. Like take $100, go to a blackjack table, especially if you've got time to kill, right? Like, oh, I'm on a 34 or whatever, and you sit there, you can play on $100. You can play blackjack unless you really suck. Unless you really suck, you can play for hours and hours on that, and sometimes even come out ahead. Um, Anyways, yeah, that was the joke, Shorts. And Shorts, I'll let you stay here. I wish you'd get over being mad at me about whatever you're mad about, but I'll let you stay here for the time being. Just keep it cool. I did say socialist, and that was the joke. That was the joke. Have you thought about a tripod to set up for when you're backing into a dock? Um, hmm. I don't think that's the worst idea, Sean, but I'm also not a fan of showing like my company name and things like that. So I don't think that would be great. Just for, I try to stay as private as possible, right? On the internet, I try to stay as private as I possibly can. Um, I got a microwave that doubles as an air. That's a popular one, Trucker D. That's a popular one. Um, a lot of guys are getting that. I forget what that microwave's called, but it's got the air fryer in it also. And I've heard mostly good reviews, but I've heard guys say that they hate it too. Um, T-Mobile changed the terms of service 6 months ago. And what did they change it to? That's what I'd be curious to know. Did they change it to it's not mobile anymore? I'm glad you decided to give Reefer a try. It will either pay more or it won't. But yeah, and I talked to my owner. I talked to the owner of the company for quite a while. And I mean, all it came down to is he said, hey, you're going to have extra expenses because of the reefer fuel, the washouts. He said a lot of times, sometimes with washouts, we can get the broker to pay us extra on that. But he said you're going to have extra expenses, but van freight's just trash right now. He said get in that reefer. He said, hey, if you decide you hate it, I always have a dry van to give you. But he's given me a brand new trailer, brand new 2024 trailer, not Carrier. I guess most guys prefer Carrier, so I guess it would be what's the other one? Thermo King, but it's brand new. There's a brand new trailer. I hope it's got the what they call it, the not wings, but the whatever the things are that run along the bottom that are supposed to help your fuel mileage. I hope it's got those because I'd like it to help my fuel mileage, I guess. Randall, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. Small cheap air fryer on Amazon. Yeah. 3-in-1 microwave, air fryer, convection oven air fryer microwave for only 100. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now the problem is that the freezer in this truck is very small. The freezer's super small. So I can't do a whole lot with that. But I do have a pretty good sized refrigerator. Maybe I'm just making excuses. I'm not really sure. Get you a crock pot with a locking lid. Yeah, exactly, Dale. I was just gonna say I would have to like smell like food cooking all day, and that would drive me crazy. So before I even read what you said, that's what I was thinking too. Um, oops, I'm highlighting everything. I'm gonna block everyone by accident here. Let me scroll back down to where I was. I forgot to bring like a normal mouse home, so I'm using the like touchpad on the laptop. Horrible, horrible. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's see. My air fryer is pretty big. It fits perfectly above the fridge in my Cascadia. Okay, okay. My daughter-in-law worked for the service provider. I never knew they could work that way, but I think it would be something that would right, Lady Boomer, because a lot of people do. I mean, think of just the trucker market. Don't you want to be the service provider that says, "Hey, truck drivers, we got your high-speed internet right here." That's millions of people. Because who's going to buy their stupid fucking home internet? Because a home internet, you can get any number of like actual very dependable home internet. You can get the whatever the Google fiber, whatever nonsense in certain areas. You can get cable. Does DSL still exist? Like, why would you use a cell service provider as home internet, knowing how sketchy their service can be sometimes? So why wouldn't they want that traveling market, the RV crowd, the truckers, the van life people? There's a ton of van life people out there. It seems you're right, Lady Boomer. It seems stupid to not want to do that. Give a wrench so I can time out shorts. Well, I might do this a different way, Cordova, because everyone gives out wrenches, and then you're constantly having to give out wrenches because as soon as I jump in somebody's live stream, Shorts hits the button to time me out, right? You know what? As a matter of fact, where is that little shit? Here we go. Here we go. Just Shorts, don't take this personally, all right? I owed you one. Now sit in the damn corner. I owed you one. But I don't know that I'll give out wrenches to everyone. He's going to take that real bad, guys. He's going to be mad for like 2 weeks about that. He timed me out for 5 minutes and I'm super pissed. But forgot where I was. I don't know that I'll give anybody wrenches is the point, Cordova. Then nobody's fighting over them, right? Nobody's fighting over them. And I don't know that I'll live stream enough to care about it. I'm not really sure. Almighty Push, we got us a new channel member. Thank you, Almighty Push. It's a $1.99, $1.99, and a $1.40 goes to me even. So how about that? Oh, you got the short sleeper Trucker D. They changed to mobile. I went and told them I was getting it for my truck. They told me it's no issue anymore. Okay. Thank you, Gun Griffin, because I have not been disconnected. I use it everywhere, and I have not been disconnected from this service at all. Boats and RV owners. Awesome. Well, I'm glad they changed that because honestly, I put up that community post like, guys, this is really good internet for trucking. I mean, I'm downloading Witcher 3 updates in like 3 minutes, like just cranking them out. I need to get this game to play with Cordova. Cordova, what's that game again? He plays something, but like I can download that from the truck now. This is really quality internet for being on the road. It's really good. So that's awesome. They changed it, Gun Griffin. I'm glad. I hope you're right. There's probably conflicting stories on that, but it's great. Gets really hot on the outside, and I got worried it would melt my truck. I'm getting hungry. Me too, Cordova. I'm starving. Randall's Pub is about to pour wing sauce all over himself because he's crazy. Okay, well, I don't see the problem with that, if I'm being honest. I only ran one reefer unit ever. Is it annoying when I read your comments back, you guys? Maybe I could just read in my head. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that happens a lot though, trucking with Sean. Um, you do end up taking long breaks there. So here's going to be the thing with that. I am terrible. There's reasons why I shouldn't dispatch myself. And one is I'm terrible for fighting for all the money that belongs to me. So we are going to fight for every minute of detention that we're owed when it comes to doing these reefer loads. From here on out, um, we are just going to have to fight for detention. So if it's 10-hour break on the dock, then somebody better be ready to give me some money. Better be ready. But I've never used the wrench. Yeah, I guess that's sort of a thing, and I don't care either way. But in the trucking sort of circle, everybody gives everybody a wrench. This actually got me in like a lot of hot water one time because I always I never went live before the last channel like exploded on me. I never did a live stream. And then when I did, I was like just assigning like people that have been around for a while as moderators. And then if they weren't able to actually moderate, because we would have streams with like 800, 900, sometimes 1,000 people in them. That was early when it first blew up. And so if they couldn't moderate, like if they were busy, then I would like remove the moderator status or the wrench, and people got super pissed at me, and I was so confused by it because I didn't realize in the trucker circle it was customary to give everyone one. And I think I feel better at just like I'm not going to give anyone one, because then I spend so much of the live stream. If it's everyone, then I gotta make sure I'm on that and paying attention to that at all times, and then I'm going to get distracted even more than I do. And I'm going to just stick with nobody gets one, then nobody can do nothing to nobody. It's the same as everybody has one, if I'm understanding it correctly. None of y'all can time anyone out. If I gave all of you a wrench, then none of you could time anyone out. We're right back where we started, boys. We're right back where we started. So I just don't care. Some of us are just listening and we don't know what you're responding to. Okay, fair enough, Randall. Fair enough. Let's see. To be honest, I haven't sat on a dock with it than I have in a van load in years, unless I was late. I mean, yeah, being late is a real pain in the ass, isn't it? I was late for the first time, yeah, in a long time, and it really threw off my whole day, and I was so mad about that. But I was in the middle of flipping schedules, like getting up at night, basically midnight, um, and yeah, I got screwed bad. I didn't, because I still got the week done. The week's handled. We grow 7K. We'll take it. But I really put myself in a bad spot, Real Davis, when I missed that. Now I'm crying. You timed me out. Well, I look forward to the week of videos of me singing catchy tunes. Those are actually pretty good. I think that you should make more videos of me singing, maybe more top 40s type stuff. I'm a huge fan of George Strait. If you want to do some old George, me singing that would be good. Um, Maybe some Nine Inch Nails, that would be good too. And definitely get some Eminem in there. If you don't mind, Shorts, at least give me a few good songs to sing. That would be good. Do some old George Jones. Now that's a little too old. That's a little too old. Actually, Shorts, don't get too upset, okay? You've been timing me out on every channel. So if I time out multiple accounts, then I can consider us even, right? I think that checks out. I think the math checks out. So he comes back on another account, and I put that one in timeout until we get to the point where me and Shorts are finally even. I don't even know how many accounts that guy has. I'm 33 and listen to all that old music. I don't mind George Jones. I right before I left to go on the road, I was playing the wife some more old George Jones. We got a sound bar in the living room with the subwoofer and all that. It's nothing fancy. Seriously, like $40 at Walmart. Nothing crazy. But I like to. I'm a really good cook, believe it or not. So I like to cook food for the family, and I'll drink some beers and get my music up real loud. And by the end of the night, the girls are passed out because they've had too much to eat, and they're like passed out on the couch or whatever. And me and the wife would normally eat like midnight, and we're still hanging around the kitchen, like drinking together. And we'll start getting into that old music. And um, she didn't really know much George Jones, and I don't know much of him either. But I played, sorry, words. I played that one, He Stopped Loving Her Today or whatever. My wife's over there like drying her eyes and stuff. I'm like, chill out. It's just a song, bro, while I'm wiping my eyes too. I'm like, I know. That's a good one. That's a good one. But I don't know much George Jones, but huge huge George Strait fan. Oh my god, I love George Strait. He's so good. Anyone else with me on that? Anyone? I don't know. But oh my god, it's so good. Amarillo by morning. There you go. There you go, JF. Absolutely. And Mom Spaghetti. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Randall, for the. I'm sorry. I meant to thank you. I saw you get the membership. Thank you, Randall. Appreciate the channel membership. Um, been here since the trucker hat mullet era, long before the beanie era. This is the I haven't been to a barbershop era. That's what we got going on right now. That's why you see a lot of the hood up and a lot of the beanie. And I've had this beanie for, I'd say, 20 years. I bought an AMD processor for a computer, the first computer I built years ago. And they sent this beanie with it. And I have had this thing forever. One guy mentioned it in the comments, the AMD, because he's an AMD fan also. But the very first processor I bought for the very first computer I built, somewhere around 20 years ago, they sent me this beanie with it. Long time ago. Let me scroll up because I did miss something. Sorry about that, guys. I start talking too fast and forget what I'm saying, and I think I'm talking fast. I know to you guys it sounds very slow. Coast to coast on every load. Davis, that's kind of what I'm thinking too with the correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I don't know everything. But my thought process with the reefer loads is they tend to be longer loads also. And I like having that like 3-day stretch of just me and the road. And yes, it does give you more time to adjust your schedule and things like that. So I'm hoping to see more of that, Real Davis, just more coast to coast type of stuff. That would be fantastic. Let's see. Has anyone mentioned that shelf behind you is crooked? That shelf, that's why the GP Transco truck is on it, right? Because if the shelf was crooked, the truck would be rolling. Right? And it's there's nothing wrong with that shelf. I don't know, Dirk. I don't know what you're on about, buddy. Love all the classic country. Yeah, love King George. It's me, Big Boom. Been a while, missed you, man. Well, thank you, Big Boom. I not sure if I remember that name specifically, but I appreciate you hanging out. AMD K6. I don't know what I would have bought. Let's say this would have been first computer I built. Well, shit, that would have been over 20 years ago. Let's say 99 or 2000 was the first time I built a computer, and I used an AMD processor. So what would that processor have been? I've got nothing to give away. I've got no prizes. I don't know the answer either. That was a long time ago. Clint Black's good too, Lady Boomer. Yeah. K6 was my first computer in college. Jackson Taylor and the Sinners. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that one. What is it? I guess it must be a band. Old Carl's wearing the Peterbilt hat. Life starts now. Okay, so we had a trade. My daughter, my youngest daughter, really wanted Carl, the little demon puppet that I bought, because I was going to make him my sidekick for the truck to host the shows with me, and we never got around to that. But I pinned the Peterbilt hat to his head. So old Carl wears the Peterbilt hat now, and I don't want to take it off of him because it was very mean of me to pierce his head in the first place, and now I don't want to unpierce his head. But I said, why do you just get to show up and take my Carl away from me? You're a monster. You can't just take my Carl from me. What are you going to offer me in return? And that's how I ended up with this stuffed hedgehog here with a heart. That was the trade from my daughter so that she could get Carl. And that's why I haven't named him, but that's why my little hedgehog buddy sits off in the corner right there. Athlon 3500. That sounds accurate. Life Starts Now. It was an Athlon, yeah, but I couldn't afford like top of the line. Um, I couldn't afford top of the line. So if like 3500 was like the good shit, then I had maybe like 2800. So it was an Athlon. I do remember that. That was before even dual cores, I think. Yeah, you still had like single core processors. Now, what do these fucking processors have in them? Like 16 core processors. But this was back when you had single core processors. It was nuts. It was a different world back then. We had to dial up the internet, you know? It was an all different place. No, keep commenting, Real Davis. It's okay. I'm all over the place. Dirks, yes. Sorry, Dirk, not Dirks. Yes, I am going Reefer. I have a brand new 2024. He said 2024 trailer sitting in the yard waiting for me. So it's about getting headed that direction, and that's what we're gonna do. So, yeah, we're gonna go Reefer. We're gonna give it a shot. Wicked Spider. The Discord was never mine. I never owned it. It was set up by people that enjoyed my channel then, and it was passed around from different people. People would not like being there anymore, so they would give ownership to something else. And I have no idea what happens to that Discord. I never owned it. I never set it up. It had my name on it, and I've learned a valuable lesson about letting people just put my name on things, you know. But yeah, I never owned the Discord, so got no idea what its fate ever was. You had to kick a trainee off the dock. Nice. 8 core with 16 virtual threads. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Always great to score a new trailer. Yeah, brand new. He said he just got them, Dirk. He said he just got them. He got 3 or 4 brand new trailers pulled into the yard, and they've been handed out to no one. He said, so your name's on one of them. He said, it's yours whenever you get here. Dry van and Reefer maxes out around 11, and that may be true. If you guys don't mind, though, I have been drinking a couple beers. Gotta go take a leak. I'm gonna do that, and then I will be back. So I got no one to keep you entertained. They got like a simulcast or type of thing on here that I haven't explored yet. Almost kind of like StreamYards, where you can stream simultaneously with other channels. Did I just make that up? I thought that was a thing. Anyways, I'll be right back. Hang out, please, please. I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys. All right. I'm almost back. I don't walk as fast as I used to. Oh, shit. Just almost dropped that new beer I got. All right. What do we got going on now? Sorry about that, guys. Is he drinking in the morning? Hell yeah. I just ran for 2 months almost. I'm drinking some beers. I am. Let's see. That container job, I can't keep my lips sealed any longer. It's killing me. Gonna do a video. Okay, enjoy that video, JF. I hope things get better for you. if it was 1999, it would have been a 3500 because the 3500 was socket 939. Look at this dork right here. Exactly. Yes, it was socket 939. You're right. Life starts now. I wouldn't have remembered that, but yes, I remember that. Now I do. Um, I'll have yes, I'll have a lot of time to make videos. That's true. Or go live for 18 hours at a time. But that's going to be the focus. I have to make my appointments on time, and we are going to fight for detention. I talked to the owner of the company. I said, "Hey, there's going to be a lot of detention. What's your dispatcher going to do for me on that?" He said, "We're going to go after it until we get it. We're going to get you that detention." And anyways, that's going to be the big thing. That is going to be the big thing, is making sure we get that detention time. Absolutely. Then we're not running the truck down the road and we're still making a little bit of money, right? That's my thought process. Now, here's probably a dumb question that you guys will probably say, yeah, no, don't do that at all. But it's just a thought. No, it's just a dumb question. It's not even a question. I'll ask it, but it's not like I'm considering it. The truck is scroll up to your last comment. Okay, I will do that. Give me just 1 second. I'm doing the lease purchase, and I really would like to get an APU, but the APU obviously would stay with the truck if I decided not to do it. So would you keep spending the money on the fuel, the extra fuel, or would you buy an APU that would belong to you, but what if you give up the lease? How do you take that APU home? Let me go look for that. I've kind of been struggling with that dumb question. Let's see. New money tray. New money tray. Let me find you here. Oh, in 21 and 22, I was down to repairs. I'm just now rebuilding my reserves to get to 2020 levels. Yeah, that's awesome. New money tray. That's really cool to hear. I mean, it's not cool to hear that you basically lost all your money, me too on that. I don't know how long you've been following like the old channel and all that, but because of that international, dude, the money was gone. And slowly rebuilding over here too. um yeah, lost everything except the house and the cars. Same thing happened over here. Or you said house and truck. Hey man, I think we all got to experience it, and we'll do better for it, so no, I'm glad you're rebuilding. I'm glad you are. So keep going, keep getting it done, and that's kind of where I'm at too. That's kind of what I'm at. Let's see. Keep track of your time, and they pay it every time, broker or not. And yeah, that's. I don't know what you do necessarily, Sam. If you're company or owner operator or lease operator, but company, you should always get detention, no matter what, and they're going to pay it every time. It does change when you start doing owner operator and lease operator, because most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time, if the broker won't pay, you're never going to see it. You'll never see it. But as company driver, you should always be getting your detention. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, just dumb people. Take the APU off, right? And like get a cheap generator and go that way on a lease truck. And I don't know how you do it. With a generator on a truck. I've seen them, but how does that power the like your temperature control and like your refrigerator, microwave, TV, and all that? What does it plug into? It's not like, because shore power is different, right? I know I've got like the shore power outlet on my truck. I've never ever used that once in my life. And I don't know exactly what that does, what it does, what it does. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, with a lease purchase, are you ever going to own the truck? No, this company there's no like balloon payment or anything like that. And you after you make the set amount of payments, then yes, you do own the truck. However, is it worth it to own the truck now by finishing the lease? because my truck's a 2018 T680, um, with let's say 500,000 miles. And by the time I paid off the lease, now let me finish the whole thing before you jump to conclusions. By the time I pay off the whole lease, the truck will cost me about 134 grand. Now, last year, that was a discount. That same truck was 140 grand, 150 grand. Maybe I'm off on that a little bit. But now you're seeing that same truck for, I'm pricing them here in Colorado at like 75 grand. So to finish the lease would be a bad idea if you have the down payment to put on your own truck, because you're going to drop your payment significantly now. But last year, it might have been a good idea to finish the lease with the inflated truck prices. So now I don't see, even though I like the company, I don't see any reason to finish the lease with the prices of trucks going as low as they are. And with this not great market, we might see I'm not an expert on these things, might see the price for trucks continue to drop. So what if that same truck's 60 grand here 6 months from now? And that's probably, if I'm going to do this, that's probably about the timeline that I'm looking at, where I'd be looking at buying a truck. So 6 months from now, that truck's 60 grand. Well, then it's a no brainer. Why finish the lease? That doesn't make any sense, you know, to me. Will they allow you to upgrade mid lease? Yeah, I could change the truck. I could. I used to run a computer repair shop back in those days. Okay, okay. Yeah, you were on point with knowing your AMD products at least. Um, Company driver, yeah, yeah, I got you, Sam. Company, you should always be getting your detention. Absolutely, every time you should be getting paid for that. Absolutely. Layover pay doesn't exist. It does actually. I believe there's layover in mine. I'd have to look again at the contract, but I believe that mine does have layover. Company straight up pays me if they can't find me a load, which is why they always find me a load. Which is why they always find me a load. T-Bone, what's up, buddy? You know what, T-Bone? We got into that conversation over on James Best, and I kind of felt bad because over there you kind of end up with a panel of 6 people, 8 people, and you're all shouting over each other. I was trying to say something to the effect of, because another person on the panel thought that I was like begging for a job or something. It was super weird. And I was trying to say something to the effect of, well, no, because T-Bone told me about this job like a year or two ago, or whenever, you went over there. And I was like, man, that sounds like a really good deal. You're doing good. And we kind of left it at that. Um, but I got cut off in the middle of trying to make my point, and I almost felt like where the point where I got cut off, it felt like I was throwing you under the bus. Like, no, T-Bone told me, and then like that was the last thing I said, you know. So yeah, I kind of am not a fan of joining those big panels anymore. Um, I was trying to jump into your Western Star specifically. Yes, yours, T-Bone. um, but I'm kind of over joining those big panel discussions with a lot of people. It's just, what's the point? Everybody's just trying to say their point and yelling over each other, and nothing gets solved. You can run the APU for 7 to 10 nights. Yeah, the APU definitely saves fuel. Um, yeah, run lease for cash for an auction truck. A lot of people run lease for cash for an auction truck. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. And this company has a super aggressive um, maintenance fund at 15 cents a mile. So in the short time I've been there, when I get my settlement this week, my maintenance fund will clear 3 grand that's already in there. And that obviously belongs to me. Now, if I go turn the truck back in, they're going to go through the truck and say, well, we need some new tires, or we need some new brakes, or something like that. That will be deducted from the maintenance fund. But I feel that the company's very honest. They're not going to like rack up a bunch of charges and, oh, just so happened it cost exactly how much you had in your maintenance fund. So the point is that I'm kind of using as sort of a savings account for getting to the point where it's like, okay, how much down do I need to buy my own truck again? You know, um, so that's kind of where I'm at with all that. Did you go to trucking school and pay out of pocket? No, Milk Toast, I did go to trucking school, but, because I was just laid off when I went to trucking school, I got, a government grant. It's, what's it called, guys? The Workforce Investment Act, I believe it is, and, hey, you know what? You spend all your time paying into the government, you pay your taxes and all that. Every once in a while, you gotta get one back on them, right? So they paid for, my school and my, CDL when I went to get it. So I did trucking school, but didn't pay out of pocket. It was completely covered by a grant and didn't have to pay anything for it. Look for some local class B kind of freight's kind of dead. Yeah. And that's sort of what's happening, Nick, is people are deciding to do other things. And if you have a way to do other things and you can leave the freight market and not be affected by it and still make good money, I'm not trying to be a dick, but maybe you should, because then that's less trucks out there on the road, and then the rest of us can start making money again. I don't mean that as like a negative thing, but if you've got other options, fuck it. Why keep doing this? I don't know why. Um, Pirate King, what's up? Good to see you. Yes, by the time it's paid off, I'll be close to 1 million. You're absolutely right. Life starts now. So at that point, I mean, there's still options. If you finish the lease, the truck is still worth something, right? You could trade it in with whatever you have in that maintenance fund and probably buy a truck cash at that point, brand new. Who knows? It's hard to say. There's a lot of ways you could go with it. I'm not going to do the math because I'm trying to hang out. I'm not trying to be a dork over here. Overhauling, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. You have to join the panel over there early. Yep. Your wall has grown. Is that a degree or certificate? This is, you're talking about this. This is my credentials of ministry. And I'm not even lying to you about that. This is my credentials of ministry next to my blue moon sign. But the wall hasn't grown. I just had a different camera angle. When I was here before, we were something like this, something like that. But now that this desk is cleared off, there's nothing on it except the laptop now. We can get a different angle of the corner. Yeah, that's what that is. The price of trucks and this freight rate are inversely correlated. Well, those are some big ass words. Life starts now. So you got me. I don't know, bud. I don't know. You got me on that one. What's up, Air Force pilot? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm thinking about being a trash truck driver. Yeah. And no, Nick, they pay well. If you work for like some of these smaller companies, I don't know what their pay's like, but I mean, Waste Management pays like crazy. Like crazy. But they do watch you at all times and they micromanage you. But hey, there's always money in trash, dude. There absolutely is. I did it when I was out of CDL school. One of my first jobs, and it was fun, was the front load dumpster. You get the point. And it was, you use the little joystick to like flip dumpsters, rolling with Ryan, use your maintenance fund, never trust them. See, and I do trust this company though. They have been nothing but completely honest with me about everything, just completely upfront. I can see rate cons if I want. They break down everything that I pay, all the fixed costs. There's not been a single sketchy thing from this company. So if I was taking back a truck, and hey, if this happens 2 years from now and I'm wrong, then I guess I'm gonna have to live with that. But if I was taking back a truck and I said, "Hey, I'm turning it in. I want you to go over it, and then I want you to give me my maintenance fund," I would trust them completely to do that. And that's very rare for you to be able to trust a company to do that. But with this one, I trust them. They have been nothing but awesome to me. The owner of the company, like, you have his direct number. I didn't know he was the owner. He was in the little driver lounge, just talking shit with drivers all day. And he was cooking. He was making food, and asking everybody what they wanted and ordering food if you didn't want what he was cooking. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Big shot over here. And turns out he's the owner of the company. I had no idea. But super honest guy. And if you need to reach him, I don't know if you saw the video where I sent a sad face to my dispatcher by accident, and the owner called me to make sure I was okay. It was completely accidental and a funny story. this is a great company. And I get to say that without much criticism because I'm not telling you the company and I'm not trying to refer you to the company. This is a great damn company. I'm enjoying them so much. I do not blame them for the bad freight market. I can't do that. But hey, we're going to do well together. I really believe they are. Yeah, Wicked Spider, you might have some trouble with that, unfortunately. When you have medical issues, trucking sometimes is out of the question. Um, that's a really not very observant of you, Shorts. Yeah, bad attempt, Shorts. That was just really. I don't know. What I would do, Shorts, is take some time away from the internet, right? Just back away from it and sit down and maybe write some punchlines and test them on like your friends and family and see if they're good. Because I mean, that was such a huge miss, Shorts, and I'm embarrassed for having read it. I'm embarrassed for having read that. That's not what that flag looks like. Come on, man. Would they let you upgrade into it? They do not have APU equipped trucks, Dirk. Here's one thing they do, though. They offer a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I might have fucked this up, but I might have did it right. It's hard to say. $5,000 sign-on bonus paid out over your first 5 months, $1,000 per month, all on one check. So it's not like $250, right? $1,000. So at the first of every month, after you've been there a month, you get $1,000 on your check. Now, if you decide to forfeit that $5,000 sign-on bonus, at the point where it's paid off, right at the point where it would have been paid off, had you taken the bonus, they will install an APU on your truck. I needed the money, so I chose to take the bonus. Hindsight, maybe that might not have been the best way to do it. But they do offer you a way to get an APU after you've been there for 5 months. Don't take the bonus, then they'll install one. But they do not have APU equipped trucks unless it's someone's old lease they turned in that had one on there and they didn't have anything like that. But interesting setup. The Hedgehog's looking at you funny. He's been drinking. He's been having a few beers. Few beers. Let's see. Let me scroll up a little bit because I lost before fuel prices drop. Let me scroll back up. Sorry about that, guys. You prefer the new angle. I'm with you about liking OTR better. Yeah, I'm not a local guy. I just can't do it. It's so boring to see the same thing every day. And there's just something about the open road, man. There's something about it. I love it. I love it by comparison to the options. That as soon as you talk about trash truck, my community trash truck picks up my trash. Yeah, I dispatched them, actually, Danny. I said trash truck now, and they showed up. Met a girl, got a place. I'm trying to settle down. Holy shit, Nick met a girl and got a place and trying to settle down. Good luck with that, Nick. I hope it works out. Yes, it paid for your CDL. Also, life starts now. Guys, if you're like got laid off, or I think there's like underemployed, or I don't know specifically, fuck it, look into grants. Get you a free CDL or certification. We spend our whole lives paying into the government. Why not take a little back every once in a while, And don't go down the recruiting road. You'll have 50 codename narc videos about you within an hour. That would be super quick. I have never talked to that guy. I decided to jump in the stream last night when he was streaming and talk a little bit in the comments. And he seemed all right. Obviously, I don't care for that kind of content, but sometimes I'll take it in anyways. But if I listen to that kind of content all the time, I feel like it would just poison my brain and I would just be a hateful, like angry person. But he seemed all right to jump in there every once in a while. If we were in a better freight market, that would be one. And if I was okay with putting my company name out on the internet, this is who I work for, I would probably, with a clear conscience, be able to recruit for this company. But right now, with the freight market being as bad as it is, and I really don't want, I don't believe they know that I'm running a YouTube channel, and I don't really care if they know. I really don't want them getting like ridiculous phone calls about what I do in my off time or things like that. But I would have no issues at all as of right now, referring people to this company. But the market sucks. So why? Like, why would we? Um, why do you keep it private? I'm not sure. Is that about the company? I'm not really sure. Why not wait for that fund to build up and buy an A? Yeah, exactly. Rolling with Ryan. That's an option too. And then so then rolling with Ryan, that also at that point becomes a tax write-off. Hey, I just used these maintenance funds to buy an APU. So that's also an option when I need to price out APUs, because last I was looking, they were super expensive. But if I get to a point where there's the APU center, like in Missouri or something, they do like used and rebuilt APUs and things like that. Maybe I should price out some with them. Maybe I should look somewhere else. But yes, once that maintenance fund has enough for the APU, then I could just use that to buy it. Absolutely. That's crossed my mind also. But maybe I just want to keep paying the higher fuel prices and just straight ahead with that maintenance fund until it's until I've got enough to put down on a truck. I just don't know. I don't know the right answer. Um, you won't let your husband drive a car? Yeah, he had some issues there though, right, Lady Boomer? You don't have to put it out, obviously, but some health issues definitely. So that's unfortunate. Um, don't get the APU. Bundle up on the Colt. Yeah, and that's sort of the problem is everybody's like, and I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions, of course. But when you ask people like your opinion in a live stream, you'll get like 30 different opinions on it, and you're like, oh, what do I do with this? I can't hold it anymore. It's killing me. Okay, James. I mean James, JF. Not the same person, but getting there, getting there. I'm just kidding. But JF, yeah, I hope you get that video out and everything works out for you, man. I gotta make sure I get people's names right before I piss people off again. Um, no, it's cool, Ryan. It's cool. Right now, Ryan, I'm reflecting a lot on life and decisions and things like that. And um, it feels like it's one of those things that needed to happen so I could see just how ridiculous I act sometimes on the internet. And I'm not going to promise I won't do it again to everybody here watching. There may be times that I just lose my mind on the internet again. But hey, I'm making a conscious effort to not be that guy on the internet as much as possible. We're all human. We all got emotions. We all got feelings. And sometimes we get caught up in those things. Maybe I'll just try to minimize that, and not get so angry at things. Like Shorts, he's still around here and he's getting on my fucking nerves lately. I don't know what that guy's deal is. Like, he's on a slippery slope towards like completely obsessed with me. But live and let live. Shorts, you can hang out. It's fine. Um, I don't. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Like, what are we worried about? What's all the fighting about? And that's all, Ryan. I got more comments to read, but I appreciate that. I apologize to you too, and it's all in the past, brother. Things happen. Things happen. Makes sense. But the owner seems really cool, so may have a chat with him. And they might do that too, Dirk. I might just go to them and say, hey, why don't you put an APU on my truck? You finance it, and how much would that cost? How much would that cost? And it would have to be something that makes sense. And that would be a whole, let's do the math on it, right? And how much fuel would I save versus what's the average fuel cost versus how much fuel am I using if I idle the engine versus how much would it cost me weekly. That's all I know. That's all I know. So that's also an option. Who said that? Dirk. Yeah, they might throw one on there and let me make payment arrangements. They just might do that. So sorry, I need to catch up on some nicotine. Holly, I got you next. Don't worry. I'm looking right at your comment, but I have not been. I'm used to vaping nonstop these days. So I need to feel some nicotine in my bloodstream right now. All right. Holly says, is it possible to buy an APU that's not an I suck at that word, part of the truck, something that's yours? Yes, they, as far as I understand, for the most part, they just kind of bolt on, Holly, so you can take it with you, but they're very heavy. They're very bulky and very heavy. I hope I'm answering this right. I hope that was your question. So if I decide I'm turning in the lease, then I'm seriously going to need to rent like a cargo van and like three muscular men to take it with me. Now, there's also the possibility that I turn in the lease and I go to my company and say, "Do you want to buy that APU off me?" And they might just go, "Yeah, we could. We could buy it. We'll write you a check." Or do you want to just give me back my full maintenance fund? Don't worry about tires and brakes on this damn truck, and just keep that APU and just hand me that check for the on the whole maintenance fund right now. They're very reasonable people. So the APU can leave the truck, but it's very big and it's very bulky. It's very heavy, and I would need to pay somebody to remove it for me, and then I would need something to transport it. And then what do I do? Roll up to the next company? Or, well, at that point I'd hope to be buying a truck. So I'd show up at like my local mechanics with a truck and a cargo van full of APU. They would do it. So there's ways around those things, but how expensive would that be to have someone remove it and then transport it? It's possible though. It's definitely a possibility. Yeah. Um, what's the difference between 2019 versus 2023? I don't know. You tell me. I bet you know the answer. So I'm not really sure what the answer is there. 2019, did I own a truck then? No, because that's when no, I don't think I owned a truck yet then, Trey. So I'm not really sure. If you have the answer, feel free. I went to I almost went to a CDL training company, but didn't want to be under contract. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and that's sort of the same thing, Sam. Those contracts, I don't have any like opinion on them one way or the other, but it's hard to stay at a trucking company for a full year or 2 years, whatever they want that contract to be, when you're not making money, right? So I've never been in that contract situation, but it would be scary to me to do that. So um, I yeah, I don't know. You did it in my opinion the right way. Explain what's an APU. Quick explanation. It's almost like a generator that goes on, like hooks onto the frame of your truck. That way you don't have to run your truck when you're shut down for the night or for a 34 or whatever, and it powers everything in your truck without killing your batteries. It's basically a generator that also recharges your batteries. Good for cold weather, because my understanding is also that it cycles your diesel so that you're not having diesel gel up when you're in very cold weather climates too. That's another advantage of them. But the main function is it's sort of like a generator for you. Shorts, you're not from Arkansas. I don't know where Shorts is from. I have no idea. And even if I did, Shorts, I wouldn't put your address out, even if I did know it, because I'm not like that. I'm gonna give Shorts so much hell, I swear. Like, I'm not gonna make videos about the guy, but even if I knew his address, Shorts, I wouldn't put it out on the internet. That's just not my style. So no idea where he's from, and if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. Green APU is 9,500. So, and these green APUs, I don't know much about them, but I guess there's something different about them that's supposed to be like more environmentally friendly. That's why they're called green. I'm not. That's all I know. I'm not sure. It's not just fuel. It's maintenance. Yes, Michael, you're correct. They might be willing to get you a nice APU deal. That's true. Yeah, my friend drives a three. Wait, my friend drives a garbage truck. Is pushing 35. No, there's money. I mean, um, there is money to be made in trash. It's crazy. There's tons of money in it. I've done it and I hated it. It was so gross. It was disgusting. But there's money in it. When I did it though, this was years ago now. I was only making 16 an hour, I think. But they had trouble holding on to people. Imagine that. You're paying people 16 an hour to be in trash all day and you can't figure out why you can't keep a fucking driver. I just don't know. It's a goddamn mystery, you know. Um, you just can't figure it out. And then they started paying. Good. They should be paying. I mean, it's a disgusting job, but there's money in it. Um, when you have an APU, you can carry 34,400. Yeah, yeah, do get that extra weight also. Ignore Wizard. He is slime. Oh, Winzard. I don't know the guy, so I'm not in a position to like say that he's slime, but he definitely is not open to other people's point of view. Like it's almost like plug your ears, la 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 la. I can't hear anything you're saying, and that's his whole argument. And so what's the point? What's the point of even having that discussion? I don't know that he's slime by any means. I don't know the guy, but completely closed-minded, only sees what he wants to see kind of guy. You should look into an EPU. EPUs are dope. Yeah, they're super cool. I don't know how much they are either. I have no idea, but I had one in the GP Transco company truck I drove, and I thought it was a really cool concept. Really cool concept. But I don't know how much they are either. Like a portable generator for an RVers. Well, it's the same idea, but it's big and it's heavy. I don't. What does an APU weigh? Like, I guess we could Google that. Um, oh, thank you. Life Starts Now sent me a $1.20 on Cash App. Life Starts Now. I'm gonna break your heart. You know what I've been doing? Because he's been sending me like little Cash Apps here and there, and I've been going over and depositing every bit of it into Bitcoin. I've been using Life Starts Now's money to buy Bitcoin, and I just confirmed another dollar worth of Bitcoin. So thank you, Life Starts Now. I'm wasting your money, sir. Oh, I'm wasting your money. But that's what I've been doing. Every time he sends me a little something on Cash App, I just put it into Bitcoin. So, anyways, are the roads good? Yeah, Shady, it's beautiful out here. Oh, I was gonna look up how much APU weighs. Did anybody look that up, or I can look? But right now, the roads are beautiful out here. Now I don't know in the mountains, but they should be fine. I'm showing 42 degrees up here. But how much does an APU weigh? Let's ask with the phone. How much does an APU weigh? Very scientific answer from Google. Guys, check this out. APU units typically weigh a few hundred pounds. That's it. That's the answer. That's the fucking answer. Thank you, Google. Really coming through on that one. It weighs a few hundred pounds. So there you go. Now we know. Let's see. I looked up you. I saw your other comedy channel too. Other comedy channel. I've made so many goddamn channels, man. Was it this one before when I was doing the horrible reactions, or I don't know which one was the comedy channel. Maybe this is the comedy channel. I don't know. Just trucking swears on green. Yeah. And I think he's got some sort of sponsorship, not busting the guy's balls at all. Get sponsorships. Absolutely. Hey, if somebody wants to start sponsoring me, I'll take it. So, but yeah, he definitely uses it on his truck, and he says it's a good deal. I don't know what they cost. I have no idea. When you pick it up the Reefer, that's what I'm waiting to find out, Trey. I'm in Colorado now, and all the loads that I saw on the load board are all running west. We could run west, but we're just going to be in bad rates. So they are looking. The dispatcher is looking for a load headed towards that area. So my company's based in the Chicago area. The mob used to own all the trash companies. Yeah, I believe that's true. I think I've heard that. I looked somewhere, don't quote me, but Colorado is 50th for pay versus cost. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't get it. I don't understand this fucking state. I don't understand. It's like, fucking rent's $3,000 and jobs pay $1,250. Like, what the hell is happening? It's probably not that extreme, right? But with what jobs pay in this state versus what things cost, none of it makes sense. The math doesn't check out, and you're seeing a lot of that. People are like rooming with each other, like buying, or there is a thing where people are buying homes that like they're not married couples or anything, but they're just like friends and they're like, let's go half on buying this house. That's a thing. But cost of living is just absurd. It's just crazy. So yeah, it's not great is all I'm saying. Waste management was for sure. They found out I was less risky. There you go. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, send me more than Life Starts Now. I'm just putting it all everything he sends me on Cash App. I'm sending uh to Bitcoin because I want to have $0 apparently. Life Starts Now. I'm like, you know what would be better than the $2 you just sent me? $0. I'll take that. So, um Schneider equips their fleet trucks with EPU, Freightliner 18 watt. Yeah, yeah. Schneider does. I mean, I don't think they do all bad, but like, I have never been able, and I've never worked there, Dirk. So don't get me wrong. Blue Moon sponsorship. There you go. There you go. I've never worked there, but I think there's something like 68% on their like lease program. And keep in mind, I'm ignorant. I don't know how that checks out. I don't know how you run for 68%. I haven't looked into them for a long time, but how do you make money off of that? I do like their load board concept, though. I think that a lot more companies should be doing that. Go to the load board and pick the load you want. It's crazy that a company like Swift is just now in beta testing for a load board. You're fucking Swift. Grow up. Like, give your lease operators a fucking load board. It's crazy that they're beta testing a load board. You're the biggest company in the country. Why are you just now doing this? But there's they definitely do stock their trucks up pretty nice for sure. Um, an APU unit. I don't know. Have you given any more thought to hauling tankers? Okay, you said you know there are several lease companies for tanks. First, I need to know those companies because I know of Schneider and I know of Prime. And I can't say that I'm interested in either one of those. If you know of more, and we're talking like food grade tanker type stuff because I don't have Hazmat. But what I need to know more on top of that is what are actual tanker rates right now? And I cannot find that fucking information. Is tanker paying $1 a mile? Is tanker paying $3 a mile? Have no idea. I have no clue. So is it even worth me looking at tanker? I have no clue. It's like, for me, it seems to be impossible to find this information. But dude, I would totally do tanker if the money was there. I have the fucking endorsement. I forgot about it, but I have it. Sure. Kenworth versus the old International. If you go back in time, would you get the Kenworth? Well, the Kenworth's the better truck. All around, like, living conditions in a Kenworth, I feel like is superior. Well, you're asking about the old International. Would you have gone with the Kenworth? Yes, I would have gone with the Kenworth. There's no reason in the world. I thought you were comparing the Freightliner, the first Freightliner I got. My fault. There's no reason in the world I would have touched that International, but besides it was affordable. Well, I ended up fucking paying for it, didn't I? I did. Let me get my shit's plugged in. That's why I'm like right in your face. Hennef. I went and looked at Hennef and I cannot find it. Wait, no, because they were something like you click on their lease purchase and it shows like it comes to a menu that shows inventory available for trucks. Life Starts Now. But they had no inventory according to their webpage. But then their percentage was like in the 60s. Now, if tanker rates are so high that you can run on 60%, then that's fine. But I don't know what tanker rates are. You know, I don't know what they are. Let me get back up here. Sorry, guys, I skipped over some comments. My fault. My fault. How bad was the? Oh fuck, Trey, we got killed, man. We went about 2,200 miles. I didn't even want to do the math, Trey. I was just so frustrated, but we did 2,200 miles at 3,600. You don't want to do the math on that either, Trey. Am I doing that right? We ran the truck out of there for 61 cents. That doesn't seem right. But maybe it is. We might have ran the truck out there for 61 cents. Something's not checking out. Maybe we did. Fuck it. Maybe we did. But our saving grace that week, Trey, was we also ran 1,100 miles for 3,400. We might. Here's the thing with that load. I didn't even want to do the math. I just said, "Get me the fuck out of here, and we'll figure it out later." So no, we got killed. We got murdered on that, Trey. It was awful. If somebody else has better math, because I might be doing that wrong, but we ran 2,200 at $3,600. We got killed, absolutely killed, but we did all right because we still grow 7,000 that week. So brutal, absolutely brutal. But we did it. We got out of it. No more depression cave. Yeah, I like the truck I'm in now. Food Liner. Holy shit, Life Starts Now. Why didn't I even think of that? I see them all the time. I see them all the time. That's a good point. Sorry, I'm skipping over so many things. So many things. Do you remember the game you played in Twitch gaming channel never took off? No, I don't remember that. Twitch gaming we did. Well, we did Mud Runner or Snow Runner, and we did American Truck Simulator, and then we did some other goofy shit. I don't remember what it was. But yes, I saw your Rednecks of the Internet. That's this one, Nick. That's this channel. I just changed the name of it and deleted those videos. What happened to your channel with the roughly 60,000 subs? Deleted it. Went down in flames, baby. Southbound, I averaged $2 per mile on Schneider Lease after their cut. Interesting. That's interesting information. Shit, I can't be mad about that. After their cut. Okay. That's good. Tinker might drive you nuts because of all the time you work loading and unloading. Maybe I'm wrong here, but you seem to prefer long runs and minimal labor. Yeah, I don't like working hard, man. I really don't. So you might have a point there. Hazmat is easy to get. Yeah, but Hazmat's a pain in the ass. Like, even Life Starts Now was like, dude, like, just get your Hazmat. It just means like you have to go around some towns and you can't go into some tunnels. He's like, it's no big deal. But me being from Colorado, that means a completely different thing to me. That means like Loveland Pass instead of running through Eisenhower. That means absolutely terrifying things that I don't want to deal with. So I probably will never get Hazmat. I'll probably never do it. I probably just won't do it. I don't want extra responsibilities. I don't, but I probably just won't do it. Jim Trucker. So yeah, she's still alive. She still is. I won't go much into, and I get that's probably just like a comment to fuck with me a little bit, but I won't go much into my personal life. She is very much still alive. All my relationships are still intact. And that's the end of that discussion. So, yep, she's still out there, alive and well. Hazmat is no big deal. It does. I mean, it opens up opportunities. It's just not for me. It's just not. But I got to be honest with you guys. I am exhausted. I used to have the stamina to get on here and run for 2 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, and I'm wore out. So I am going to get off the stream. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm going to go have me some food, and I'm going to go take a nap while no one's here in a real bed in a house. That's what I'm going to do. So appreciate you guys. I'll see you soon. No video today because we did this instead. But, hey, I'll have a video for you soon. Right now, I'm going to eat food and go to bed. See ya.